In today's crochet tutorial, I'll be showing you how to make this 3-tiered crochet baby skirt. We'll be making it in 6 to 12 month size, and we finish it off with shell stitches for each tier. And I'll be leaving the measurements for the older or younger sizes in the description. Let's get into the video. So I'll be working with this size 3DK Antipilling acrylic yarn from YarnArt. It's very soft and lovely. About 100 grams. I used about 1.5 of this, and I'll be blending it with this peach or salmon color. You also be needing your tape measure, your 3.5 crochet millimeter hook, and your stitch marker and a pair of scissors. So to start off, you're going to make your slip knot. And you're going to chain a total of 81 stitches, measuring 16 inches. So in this case, if you decide to use a different size yarn or hook, just make sure it's measured 16 inches. My 16 inches is all done. We're actually going for a waist measurement of 19 inches, but because crochet stretches, we are chaining 3 inches less. So I'm going to slip stitch to the first chain to form a ring. Make sure your chain is not twisted. And for row 1, we are going to be chaining 2 to start and making 1 double crochet in each stitch. The chain 2 at the start does not count as a stitch. So continue making 1 double crochet all around to the end of round 1. End of round 1, you're going to slip stitch to the top of the first double crochet to close the round. To start round 2, you're going to chain 2, and we are going to be working front post double crochets and back post double crochets. So we start with the first front post double crochet, you're going to work a back post double crochet around the second stitch, front post double crochet, and a back post double crochet. So this is going to be a repeat for round 2. Continue finishing this round, and I'll meet you at the end of round 2. Going to slip stitch to the top of the first front post double crochet. The chain 2 does not count as a stitch, so don't make a post around it. For round 3, we are going to repeat the same thing as round 2. So chain 2, yarn over and make a front post double crochet around the previous front post double crochet. Then make a back post double crochet around the previous back post double crochet. So you're going to be repeating this all around for round 3. So continue doing that and I'll meet you at the end of round 3. So remember not to make a post around the previous chain 2 and also the current chain 2 at the start of your round. Slip stitch to the first post and you are done. We are going to be repeating round 3 for one more round and our waistband for our skirt to be ready, and after that we'll start with our tiers. So remember to always chain 2 at the beginning of each round. So we are done with the waistband for the skirt. We are now going to start with round 5. Chain 2 to start. And we're going to be working 1 double crochet in the next 3 stitches. And in the 4th stitch, work 3 double crochets. I'll work 1 double crochet in the next 3 stitches. Three double crochets in the next stitch. So this is our repeat for round 5. We are making increases on every 4th stitch. At the end of round 5, I have 1 stitch left, so I'll just make 1 double crochet into that. So you work the pattern, and how many stitches you have left, you just complete the pattern. So slip stitch to the top of the first double crochet And for round 6 we are going to chain 2, and we are making 1 double crochet into each stitch. Continue making 1 double crochet in each stitch all around for round 6. Slip stitch to the first double crochet to end your round. And we'll be repeating round 6 for 1 more round, after which we'll do our color change. So continue making 1 double crochet in each stitch all around for round 7. Round 7 is done, and we are now going to make our color change. We're going to cut off our yarn for the main color. Make sure you're cutting it long enough to weave it in. Insert your hook to the first double crochet, grab your yarn, pull through to make a slip knot. And I like to secure it with a little knot. And we are going to repeat round 7 for round 8. I'm going to be hiding my tails under my stitches. So chain 2 and make 1 double crochet in each stitch all around for round 8. Now for round 9, we are going to be working on our shell edges. So we are going to start by chaining 1. Make 1 single crochet into the first stitch. The chain 1 at the beginning does not count as a stitch, so we are going to mark our first single crochet with our stitch marker. Skip the next stitch, yarn over, and make 5 double crochets into the third stitch. So our first shell is formed. Skip the next stitch, make 1 single crochet into the next stitch. So this is how it looks like. Yarn over, skip the next stitch, make 5 double crochets into the next stitch. Skip the next stitch, make 1 single crochet into the next. Yarn over, skip the next stitch, make 5 double crochets into the next stitch. Skip the next stitch, make 1 single crochet into the next. So this is going to be a repeat for the round. At the end of the round, I have 2 stitches left. I'm just going to skip 1 and make 1 single crochet into the next. So depending on how you worked out your stitches, if you have more or less, just finish it with a pattern. Slip stitch to the first single crochet to end your round, chain 1 and cut off your yarn. So our first tier is done, and we are going to start working on the second tier. To work on the second tier, we are going to fold over our work like so, and we are going to go through the back bumps of round 3 of the first tier. Right, so you fold over your work like so, insert your hook into the back bumps, grab your yarn, pull through and secure it with a knot. So you are going to insert your hook into the first bump, grab your yarn, chain 2 to start the round, and make 1 double crochet into the first bump. Yarn over, identify your second bump, insert your hook, and make 1 double crochet. So we are going to be making 1 double crochet into each back bump all around for round 1 of the second tier. At the end of the round, make a slip stitch to the top of the first double crochet. Round 2 is going to be an increase round. You're going to start by chaining 2, make 1 double crochet into the next 2 stitches, and 3 double crochet into the third stitch. This is going to be a repeat for round 2. So 1 double crochet into the next 2 stitches, 3 double crochet into the next. So at the end of round 2, I have 1 stitch left, and I'm going to put 1 double crochet into it to complete the round. Slip stitch to the top of the first double crochet, and you are done with round 2. To start round 3, chain 2 and make 1 double crochet all around. So slip stitch the top of the first double crochet to complete the round. So we'll be repeating round 3 for 3 more rounds. Do that and I'll meet you at the end of round 6 to finish our edging. At the end of round 6, we are going to change color to our main color. So insert your hook into the top of the first double crochet. Grab your main color. Pull through and make a slip stitch. And secure it with a knot. So we are going to work round 7 and 8 in our main color. Chain 2 and repeat round 6. So make 1 double crochet into each stitch all around. And I'm hiding my tails under my stitches to get a clean finish. We are now going to work on the shell edging for our second tier. So chain 1, make 1 single crochet into the same space as the chain 1. Remember the chain 1 does not count as a stitch. Yarn over, skip the next stitch and make 5 double crochets into the third stitch. Skip the next stitch and make 1 single crochet into the next. Our shell is formed. We are going to repeat this all around for round 8. Skip the next stitch, make 5 double crochets into the next stitch. Skip the next stitch and make 1 single crochet into the next stitch. So repeat this all around and I'll meet you at the end of round 8. Of round 8, I have 2 stitches left. I'll skip the next one and make 1 single crochet into the last one. So I'll slip stitch to the top of the first single crochet, chain 1, and cut off my yarn. Our second tier is done. To start our third tier, we are going to be working in the back bump of round 7 of tier 2. That's where we had our color change. So fold over your work like so, and you'll be working in the back bumps just as we did for the second tier. So insert your hook, grab your yarn, and we are going to be working our final tier in the main color. Grab your yarn, pull through. Insert your hook and chain 2. For round 1 of the last tier, we are going to make 1 double crochet in each back bump all around. For round 2, we are going to be making increases, chain 2, and make 3 double crochets into the first stitch. And I'll make 1 double crochet into each of the next 3 stitches. And make 3 double crochet into the next stitch. So this is going to be a repeat for round 2. So 1 double crochet into the next 3 stitches. Three double crochets into the next. So repeat this for the entire round 2, and I'll meet you at the end of round 2. At the end of round 2, I have 3 stitches left. So I'm going to make 1 double crochet into each of those stitches. And slip stitch to the top of the first double crochet. So we are now going to repeat everything we did in tier 2 for the third tier. So we'll always start with a chain 2 and work 1 double crochet in each stitch all around. At the end of each round, you are going to slip stitch to the top of the first double crochet to end the round. You are going to repeat this for round 3 to round 7. So do this for these rounds, and I'll meet you at the end of round 7. For round 8 of the last tier, we are going to work our shell pattern, and as usual we are going to chain 1 and make 1 single crochet into the first stitch, skip the next stitch and work 5 double crochets into the next. Skip the next stitch and work 1 single crochet. So just as we did for the first and second tiers, we are going to finish off with our shell pattern. So complete your shell pattern and I'll meet you at the end of round 8. At the end of round 8, I have 2 stitches left, so I'm going to skip the next one and make 1 single crochet into the last stitch. I'm going to slip stitch to the top of the first single crochet, chain 1 and cut off my yarn. I'm now going to weave in my ends and then work on the drawstring and attach our flower applique. The total height of your skirt should be 10 inches. I'm now going to weave in my ends using my yarn needle, and I like to go through vertically instead of horizontally under the stitches, because when you go through horizontally it stretches out the ruffles and so you can't really see the beauty of the skirt. I really love the colors of the skirt, and I particularly love the yarn because it's so soft. Let me know in the comments what colors you'll be trying this in, and don't forget to also support this channel by liking and sharing this video with others who would want to try the project, and also subscribing is free and helping me grow, and this will help me and encourage me to create more valuable content for you. So for the drawstring of the skirt, I'm going to be using the salmon or peach color. I'm going to start by making a slip knot, and I'm going to chain a total of 122, which gives me 23 inches. So if you're using a different size hook or yarn, the measurements you should be going for is 23 inches. Now I'm going to skip the first 2 stitches. The loop on the hook does not count, and make 1 double crochet in each stitch all along. So you're going to have a total of 120 stitches for the drawstring. So I'm completing my last stitch. I'm going to chain 2 and slip stitch to the bottom of the last stitch. Chain 1 and cut off the yarn. And I'm going to secure it with a knot. And cut off the excess yarn. And be careful not to cut it too close to the knot. I'm now going to sew on the flower applique, and I have a video showing how to make this daisy flower applique. You can watch the video next. If you'd like a headband or accessory to go with this skirt, you can watch the next video. Don't forget to like and share this video with others and subscribe to help the community to grow. See you in my next tutorial video.